3 defeats on the trot, and that's what it was to end off the last episode. Our league run had finally come to an end. A home loss to Bromley, followed up by a poor performance at Southend. And I was pretty afraid that this was going to be the start of a horrid run in the middle of the season where we topped the table and somehow were looking for ways to slip down it. Now, I played 2 more behind the scenes, and we'll get to that. Plus the agenda for today's episode. A massive away tie at Oxford United. FA Cup proper now, and we need the money. Let's roll the intro and get straight to it. So just a week after that away loss to Southend, we headed to Meadowbank to take on Dorking, but this time it was much better. More of the old stuff, lots of possession and lots of attacking threat, with 4 goals to show for all our troubles. Things started pretty early. In just the 19th minute or so, Oakley Cannoneer, who's been in fine form for us, slotted with a neat finish. And then things got even better just about 5 minutes later. Harrison Wood breaking down the wing, finding Salim Akanbi, the new signing, of course, the old new signing, slotting nicely. And he was there to turn up again in the 40th minute. Cannoneer shot coming off the bar, but Salim Akanbi slotted in off the rebound. And we found a fourth from a corner yet again. Wonderful stuff. We're getting a lot more of these set-piece goals this season, which is brilliant. Unfortunately, though, in the 55th minute, Dorking did find one back and spoiled the clean sheet, but nonetheless, it was a good day all told. 15 shots, next year of 2.96, and things were quite good. Now we headed to the Chigwell Construction Stadium next for another away tie. This time we took on Dagenham and Redbridge in a much tighter affair. Not much difference in terms of the XG, but we were a whole lot more clinical. Teddy Rowe opened the scoring for us, Patterson driving, finding Cannoneer, and a neat pass and layoff before a fantastic finish. And then we got another one off a set piece, Tom Nixon nodding over the keeper there, a fine finish, before we found a third, courtesy of Cannoneer's brilliant run onto that pass, and he slotted very, very neatly. 16 shots with 7 on target, an XG of 1.11, not much better than Dagenham and Redbridge, but we were good value for the win, and I will take it all day long to arrest the slump in form. Now to the important matters at hand. We take on Oxford United away. They sit 5th in Sky Bet League 1, a much better team than we are currently, and this is going to be a considerable challenge. Now, I think that we might be able to get a result using our stock standard formation. We're going to go with the tactics as is and as has been. Rowan Hart in midfield, Patterson playing in the cam, and the rest of the guys look pretty much the same. Now, our guy Ezenolom will start again at left back. Joe Ashton has improved considerably and now is 2-star rated playing at left back. So he's definitely come into the role quite nicely. And I think towards the back end of the season, he is going to be our starting left back. Now, the importance of this FA Cup tie has a lot to do with the money end. Our overall balance currently sits over 500k, but the projection, as I've shown you in the past, doesn't look particularly pleasing. It's going down, It's going to keep going down for years to come. So we have to arrest that, and gate receipts from this FA Cup tie might be brilliant. I don't think we're going to progress. It is the second round of the FA Cup. It's going to be quite hard to overcome League 1 opposition, but if we can get a job done, I would hope that it happens today. So Oxford have traditionally lined up with this 4-2-3-1, much like ours, but with 2 stock standard CDMs. Now the main threats for us here are Rodriguez and Harris in the cam and up top, both with 7 goals thus far, and it looks like they might play fairly narrow. We haven't fully scouted this team because we just don't have the budget, and money is a problem at our level, as you know. So to counter all of this, we're going to start off with our stock formation, but I am going to ask the guys to attack on the wings a bit more. We'll see how that plays out within the first half and then make some tactical changes as we go along. Now, in terms of form, it was a bit of a mixed bag up until recently, but 3 wins on the trot now: Rotherham, Stevenage and Plymouth, away, home and away there. And not much to be learned from the tactics that the opposition used, much similar to ours, but even Stevens in most of those games, and they came out winners. So I'm going to hope that our game is fairly even as well. If at some point we can arrest a bit of control, I will be happy. If we lose narrowly, so be it, but let's go out there and put on something of a show. Now, I have gone ahead into the individual player instructions and asked Teddy Rowe, our central midfielder, to mark Marcus Brown, the cam. He looks like he's going to be a massive threat, and I would like a little bit more cover from our central midfielder to help that DM shadow and shuttle into a defensive role. Now, it might nullify a bit of Teddy's threat with the ball, but we're going to have to sacrifice something to be a bit more defensively assured. If this doesn't pan out well, we'll go ahead and change things up. So kickoff then, and yes, they have started that 4-2-3-1 as expected. Let's just get in there and see how this goes. Now, my voice sounds a little bit different if some of you have been watching for some time. I am a bit nasal from a upper respiratory tract infection of sorts. But let's see if, unlike me, these guys put in a sick performance of different sorts. We start off with the ball pretty decently. I'm not sure if this is going to develop into something of a chance, or is it just going to fizzle out into nothingness. Bowman Clark finding Rowe. Oh, neat passing early. Teddy Rowe! Oh my word. That could have been the perfect start. And it looks like we might have a little bit about us here. A throw in immediately after Patterson finding Bowman Clark. Now Nixon and Hart, that looked like a foul, ref, surely. Alfie Jones going down. No, no, no! That comes off the bar. And this has been a frantic start. Jeez Louise, what is going on? A massive crossfield ball. It looked like it would have got to him. But no time to breathe early on here. Even Stevens to start. And Oxford back on the attack. So big ball into the box and nodded away. But as Nolam comes back in, Holling's head does the job. And it looks like the highlight just isn't going to end. Nixon now finding Patterson. Back to Nixon, Hart, Patterson. Quick passing, neat stuff all around. And again, a chance developing here. Cannonier finding Wood again. Cut it back row. Bang and over. That was really, really neat stuff yet again. And a corner comes from it. Can we find another set piece goal? It's nodded away pretty easily. Back to it. This is a never... What on earth? Was a never-ending highlight, and I'm actually glad that I can catch... I guess I cannot catch my breath, because 10 minutes into this game, this has just not stopped. And a corner yet again, this time with Patterson. Whooped in, nodded towards goal. Oof, so close. And another corner. Back to back to back. Highlight after highlight. Ezenolum now finding Rowe. That looked borderline offside, but Ezenolum is in the box. Can he hit one? Oh, come on. A lot of chances here, and we might get punished for not taking these, but we've started like an absolute house on fire. Up towards a far post again, nodded out yet again. Another corner. These are racking up now. It should be the 4th or 5th. Patterson delivers. Jones misses that, and it's back out to Wood. He'll leave it. Now, the FA Cup is a place where dreams can come true. So I will always have hope that my team, usually the underdog, find a way to get some sort of result. Teddy Rowe now finding Beaumont Clark. The overlap from Hart here. And then Nixon supporting it. Nice ball back in. Cut that back if you can, lad. What is Patterson doing? Goes on a mazy run and somehow that doesn't go in. Beaumont Clark comes back and... Is that onside? Is that onside? Harrison Wood has just given us the lead. We are one up here, boys. For the win. I'm going to say it, I think, and it looks so far like this is going to be one of those days. As long as we retain possession a fair bit here, don't sacrifice too much in the middle of the park, we should be good to go. Patterson gets slapped off the ball there. And Wood finds a way to break down that left wing. Can he find a pass? Teddy Rowe cuts it back to... Oh, this is neat. That was so neat. Fancy football yet again. Much like the old stuff, as I said in the previous 2 matches. And Patterson now with another corner. That one's nodded out. Harrison Wood again doing things early on here. Nixon now. Unable to do anything from that position rather. And now they break away, but Hart cleans up. 8 shots so far in just 25 minutes. An XG of 1.47 rather. We are climbing Oxford here. I think they might just be a bit shell-shocked as to how this has started. But they're bound to come back into the game in some way. Hopefully not like that. Ronnie Hollingshead fluffing at his lines a bit there. The Hollingshead goes big. Doesn't find a Leamington man. And it is recycled by Oxford. What will come of this? A bunch of neat passes. Nicely won back. Cannonier with a good press there. Nico Jones slowing down the tempo just a touch, and then a horrid pass sees us cut open like a hot knife through butter. Chance here. Equalizer. One misplaced pass in the midfield, and we were absolutely punished for it. Bound to happen at some point, and yeah, let's see what happens. A little bit of back down to earth stuff there. Now it looks like it might be all the way into a cave, but Holling's head holds on. Can we be able to go neat with the ball this time? Nothing fancy. Keep it simple. Short passing. Neat. Much better. Good ball. Unlucky. Harrison Wade hits again, and this is looking tasty. Esanolam whoops one in. Beaumont Clark. This is recycled. It looks like one of those highlights that's going to fall into nothingness. Taylor Hart now keeping it quite nicely. Goes out wide. Doesn't take the shot on Esanolam. Wow. Completely taken by surprise there. I did not expect a highlight to turn to a goal. It looked like one of those highlights that usually just is there to annoy you. But Esanolam comes up with a brilliant run and an even better finish from a narrow angle. The narrowest of angles. Off the bar. That's a crossbar and then the post. Bang, bang. And we're 2-1 up. Now we get to halftime with the lead intact 2-1. And we've been fairly good value, I must say. I said it a bit prematurely earlier on, but I think things are looking like we could pull off an upset here. Let's see. The second half's underway. No tactical changes from us, but they have taken off the cam to bring on Casey Palmer in the position. And they've also brought on a new right winger. There's a chance. Nice save, Ronnie. Actually gone out for a goal kick. Probably came off the striker, off the rebound. I think we have done a bit of a job here in terms of nullifying that threat from midfield. It could still come. I mean, there's a lot of time left in this game, but the fact that they've had to make that change and bring on a new central attacking midfielder makes me think that Teddy Rowe, who is only sitting with a 6.4 rating, has been doing enough to annoy the cam. Now Odonko nods over. Now the average positions on the pitch show me that we are getting pushed back just a little bit, and we might have to make a change soon. I'm going to go ahead now and make a change after this. Breaking into the midfield. Oh, wonderfully worn. Patterson is going to hit it. He does hit it, and a brilliant save from McGinty there. We'll go ahead and bring on Leo Black pretty soon for Teddy Rowe. He isn't gassed. He's not having a best game, and even though I think he's done a job, I think it might be a good idea to bring on some fresh legs in the middle of the park. Big ball out wide. Will he keep it in? No, heavy touch. Let's make the sub. So Leo Black on for Teddy Rowe. Oakley Cannoneer's been having a decent game, but a little bit of height from Salim Makanbi might be a good idea as well. If we don't score from this, looks like a counter chance of sorts. Palmer now. The guy is on the ball. Maybe Teddy Rowe was the man for us. Oof, that was almost a penno. Now Jackson Jones, please sky this. Thankfully, he does. Let's make a change again. Salima Kanbi to come on now. It's going to slip back into a balanced mentality now and maybe make a few changes to our instructions. Play with a bit of a lower tempo, be a bit more disciplined. Keep the passing very short, and now we'll go ahead and waste some time, and hopefully that works out perfectly. Just a few minutes to see off here, and it could be massive result. Come on then, lads. Just a couple minutes to see out. Ooh, what on earth? Take it into the corner flag. Win the corner. Okay, Beaumont Clark, what are you doing? Okay, finds Leo Black. Can he hit it? Oh, deflection. And thankfully Hart is there to clean up. Just over a minute. Corner taken. And it will be another one. This is good stuff. Keeping it at the right end of the pitch. Starting to get the jitters here. This could actually be a massive result. Come on then. Waste as much time as you can, Patterson. Good lad. I've never been so happy that a corner highlight has taken this long. And he finally whoops one in. Goes towards Esanolam. Now it's cleared. Can we win this back? Nicely covered by Black. And yes, we win that back. Patterson now the ball. Get fouled. This should be done. This should be done. Cut it out. No, no, no. Please do not be heartbreaking. Ref. Yes, ref. That is done, lads. And we win in the second round of the FA Cup. And I would say that we deserve that win. It looked pretty decent. Oxford had a few chances, a few saves from Ronnie Hollingshead, a couple hit the bar. Very even match for most parts, but we did our job and we did it perfectly. I'm going to take that 2-1 and run to the bank with it. Let's head back and have a look at a few things. So back to the finances, and now the overall balance is sitting at 623k. Gate receipts have taken a nice little spike there, 125,180, and we got about 70k from the FA Cup prize money for winning the tie in the second round. Now the draw is coming up. Let's have a look at who we will play next. So it's FA Cup draw time. Now I could go ahead and constantly click draw next team, but that is going to be a bit of a long-winded nonsense. So let's just go ahead, draw all teams, and we have Premier League opposition. Yes, then lads, we take on Crystal Palace away, a massive away day, and that is going to bring us in a massive cash windfall. So money in the next episode. Yes, then Crystal Palace, who currently sit 13th in the Premier League, they are going to play us at Selhurst Park in a massive stadium that is going to bring in a lot of ticket and gate receipts. So mission accomplished completely. We got a wonderful win over Oxford United, and now we are going to be bringing in a whole lot more cash. Now we're going to be taking money off this Crystal Palace team that has a balance of negative 48.15 million with Ruud van Nistelrooy at the helm. What a guy. Now, in the next one, we'll see what we can do. Let's head to the schedule very quickly. So just looking at the fixtures, I think we will come back against Crystal Palace for that third round of the FA Cup. We do play Hampton and Richmond in the third round of the FA Trophy, but that should be a tie that we win. Now, I would hope that when we are back, we still sit at the top of the table. It could be a bit problematic. Probably have played a game more than us and sit just 2 points behind. If we do pick up losses again, it is going to be a bit of a nightmare, but who knows? It is non-league football. Anything could happen. We've been playing well, and that cash windfall is going to do us a massive solid one that will see us progress even better. And if you've enjoyed this episode and me chatting a lot of nonsense with my very nasal voice, please drop us a like and hit the subscribe button. You can also check out a bit of the other FM content that I have been dropping. There's a bunch of Wonder Kids in one of the videos, all available for under 10 million with potential abilities over 150. And that is a pretty solid video, but for some reason, it just hasn't got a lot of impressions on YouTube. It is the back end of the FM season. Now, there's also some save ideas that are popping up. There's a playlist you can check out at the end of this video if you click on that, or you can just click on the card above my head and you'll find that 5 save ideas. It's interesting ones, and hopefully you have something from there that you can use to enjoy your FM playing time until FM25 drops. Now, until the next one, please take care and lacquer check you. Bye!